Welcome back, everyone, to LBS Responds To episode number 94. So yes, welcome back, everyone, to another LEGO Star Wars video. In today's video, I have an episode of my Q&A series I do here weekly on my channel. And yeah, you guys might be wondering, why is this coming out on a Tuesday? I usually do these on Thursday, and yeah, I've got a couple bits of show notes here. First off, thank you guys all so much for 32,000 subs. So if you guys are entered in that giveaway, basically the bare minimum prizes have been met, but all the way up until 33,000, I'm adding more prizes. So keep on telling all your friends and everything. Keep on entering. Be sure to enter now if you're already not. And then one last piece, guys. Most of you guys might know about this, especially if you guys upload on YouTube. Yesterday, actually, on the 9th, there was a huge YouTube view problem, basically on YouTube's end. You know, they weren't counting views, they were deleting views, not pushing out videos. So one thing I will ask really quick, if you guys can please go check out yesterday's video, you know, leave a like, watch it for at least 10 or 15 seconds, just to kind of get those numbers back up there, because YouTube has not been clear yet whether or not they're going to actually give back those views that they kind of deleted. You know, since it's at like 4,200 views right now, and it should actually be at like 7,000 or 8,000. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the questions. This is actually going to be kind of a two-parter this week. I'm going to have episode 94 today, then actually 95 on Friday. So if your question is not answered today, be sure to leave it down below for next episode, which is actually just coming out in a couple days. But let's start off with the first one, guys. We have QVR_chill. They say, ask LBS, as someone looking to get in the LEGO community through social media on Instagram, TikTok, etc., what would be your tips to reach and gain an audience? So, you know, I got kind of two tips for you. And look, I'm not a professional at this. You know, it's taken me nearly 10 years of being off and on to even get where I'm at. And, you know, finally now, I think after, you know, coming up on the 10-year mark, I'm mildly successful. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting there. I've got a good name for myself right now. I'm uploading some pretty good content, I feel. You know, of course, numbers are up. You know, that's a big thing. But what I will recommend first off is stay true to yourself. That's something that, you know, as most of you guys should know, that's basically how I've been doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do fake crazy edits. I'm not like cringe and unfunny. I'm not, you know, trying to project a different, you know, LifeBricks on the internet, you know. So whether that helps you or not, I feel like in the long term it will. So definitely stay true to yourself. And then second off, you know, look, try to be unique for what it's worth, you know, making content. It's kind of hard in the LEGO space to not kind of rinse and repeat a topic here and there, but try to be unique, you know, bring your own take to it, and just kind of build up your information backlog where, you know, when people ask you questions or when you make your videos, you know, try to spit out information that, you know, some people might not be doing, you know what I mean? Just try to be unique there. Keep at it. It's definitely not going to be an overnight thing. Of course, you know, I would say recommend TikTok first, I would say. You know, TikTok's the easiest to grow on. You know, it's also the hardest to kind of transfer your following. But, you know, say you get 10,000 followers over on TikTok, you know, that you should at least be able to translate that to a, you know, maybe 300 or 400 subscriber YouTube channel. So there's my recommendations, and I wish the best of luck to you, and you know, let me know how that all goes. Next up, we have another question here. This is coming in from Benjamin Davis, and this is a question that a lot of people have asked. You know, again, I think I've talked about this for a couple weeks now. I'm going to kind of clear it up one more time here, and then it'll probably be a couple more weeks until I might actually, you know, the next time I talk about this might actually be a full video. But he's pretty much saying, I don't understand. What do you mean by the Mexico factory? Are they selling figs illegally? So it's not just you. I mean, I looked through, you know, the comment sections, of course, last week to get these questions, and there was at least 20, 25 more comments, you know, asking about this again. So basically the bare minimum, the gist of it. I'll say this here, but the next time I talk about it will be another video, or, you know, a separate video. Basically what the Mexico factory is doing down in Mexico. Okay, I don't know the specific town or whatever, but down in Mexico, the LEGO Mexico factory, basically what they've been doing for a couple years now is two things. They've been coming in after hours to make extra quantity of official minifigures. So those are official, 100% official off the real production line, but they're just after hours. You know, they're not supposed to be doing it. You know, they're selling them separately. That's why we see UCS Mandos for $40 now. That's why we see Commander Cody's for, you know, $16 now in bulk. You know, that's why these sellers have 20, 40, 60 of them. Like, believe me, they're not parting out 60 UCS Razor Crest. They're just not. They're getting those UCS Mandos for $10 from a Mexico factory source, and then selling them for $40 here, making their money. And then also, you know, the Mexico factory is making all those random colored Lego parts too. Those random color Darth Vaders, those random color, you know, blasters. And, you know, look, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't tell you for a fact if it's illegal or not. I'm not going to just make that claim here, but I would make the assumption, I would say, it's got to be illegal, you know. And it's one of those things where, unless maybe it's not, and maybe that's why Lego's not cracking down on it, but Lego also does know about it. So at the end of the day, look, that's pretty much what it is. It's all official parts in a sense, but they're just not officially made at official times, if that makes sense. So that's the little gist of it I'll put there. Hopefully you guys understand now. That stuff is still real Lego. You guys can buy it, still officially marked Lego, but it just necessarily should not have been made. You get what I'm saying? But there's that. Let's move on to the next one real quick. We have Striker 467. Then we actually, he says, I just want a tactical droid for my AAT. When was the last one available? So I just wanted to, bring this up here. So the last tactical droid was actually in 2011. So if that gives you guys any sort of preface, I mean, it's literally been 12 years since the last tactical droid came out in the 2011 Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter. That's what was actually, I looked at it. I mean, exclusive to Walmart for 1 year. So even back then, they were doing short shelf life. Like, I've had a couple people on my retirement list video say, oh, these sets just came out, 2 months ago. Like, are they really going to retire them in a year? And yeah, Lego does it. I mean, I looked it up. Lego's been making like 700 to 1,000 sets every year. They got to get 100 off the shelf every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just have to. Like, they can't be having, 1,200 to 1,500 SKUs on their shelves at all times. Like, I never even knew it was up to 1,000. Like, I thought it was like maybe like 400 or 500, but 1,000 different sets is pretty crazy. But yeah, tactical droids now, I mean, they're going for like 60 to 100 bucks. I mean, we need a remake of it. And quite frankly, look, I mean, I wish that, if they were to make a remake of it, I think it would probably be a different color. I would hope so, at least. So the last one still retains some value, and you can use it for like different scenarios, different, legions of battle droids. I get they're all just regular, but, you guys can actually have 2 different tactical droids leading 2 different things. But yeah, that's when the last tactical droid was released 12 years ago, and Lego somehow does not understand they need to make a new one. So next up, we actually have Crunchbricks. He says, could or would you start a consistent live stream schedule, for example, every Monday and Wednesday? So yeah, I'll promote this right here, I guess. Actually starting in 2 days from now, Thursday the 12th is when I'm starting my Thursday schedule streaming for the rest of the year. So I did it a little bit last year. Thursday seemed to work a little bit. Of course, we got to factor in, school, people working, time zone differences, but I'm thinking probably Thursday nights my time, 6 p.m. Central. So I believe that's, luckily a little bit earlier for some of the international folk. Of course, after like dinner time, after school and work time. So hopefully it works out for people. We'll kind of play it by ear, see where that goes. But this Thursday is officially the first stream. I'm going to be streaming 1 day a week. I think 1 day a week is where I want to be at. If there's something special, of course, I'll always stream more. But 1 day a week, we'll be building some Lego sets some weeks. Some days we'll be doing live tier rankings. Some days we'll probably be reacting to videos. Pretty much just anything you guys want me to do that given day will be on Thursday. So starting this Thursday, guys, the next live stream is up, so definitely go check it out. We seem to have a lot of fun over there. So thanks for the question, man. And let's move on to the next one right here. We actually have Joel Sattler. Ask LBS, do Waistcapes or better visors need to be made for clones? So yeah, that's a good question. And people have been kind of asking that, just around, would we rather have new updated visors or the cloth Waistcapes back? I think it's pretty obvious here, at least for me, cloth Waistcapes all day. As much as, sure, we've had the same visor piece for coming up on 15 years now, it doesn't really bother me all that much, especially, now we have macro binoculars. The real visor piece really is fine to me. It's fine that it goes on phase 1 and phase 2. Like, nothing really hurts me about that. But, the cloth Waistcape thing, that's when it starts getting just fundamentally ugly on a minifigure. And that's, figuratively just taking apart a piece or taking away a piece from us, unlike the visors where, look, they should be updating it soon, but it's also kind of nostalgic, kind of classic. I think it works wonders on Lego minifigures. I really don't think there's anything I would want differently with that visor that I can think of, until they actually kind of give us new designs and something I can really, kind of look at and be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool, or, that's worth it. I think the visors, how they are, I think is perfectly fine, but cloth Waistcapes, we need them back because the printed Waistcapes look hideous. And that's the number one thing I'm very worried about when we get a new Captain Rex. We're not going to see cloth Waistcapes. We're not even going to see a cloth pauldron. And that will be a scary day, let me tell you. But thank you for the question. Next up right here, we actually have Joel Smolders. Thanks for all the support, man, over the years. He's been a long-time subscriber. Ask LBS, how confident are you will get the new, the next sets early too? Presumably for Star Wars he's talking about, but I'll kind of be talking about any theme. So, yeah, from Adam on paper, I'm pretty confident. Look, of course, my confidence level is probably a little inflated now because my source is pretty confident in himself. He thinks he's able to get me sets, the early sets again. But I think the biggest caveat here is I'm probably about a 6 out of 10 confident in Star Wars, but maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10 confident that's some other theme, because, I think we all kind of know, look, if I get any theme early, really, aside from like Friends or City, like if I get the new Indiana Jones sets early, before other reviews, before, reveals of them, I will also bring those to the channel. If that's, I even told my source, I'm like, look, like, because he actually wants me to watch Indiana Jones. So I told him, I'm like, look, if you get me those sets early, in between when we overnight ship them, I will sit there and watch every single Indiana Jones movie just so I know at least a little bit of information for the review. So, to kind of answer your question, I'm kind of right in the middle. I'm a little bit leaning towards, yes, I'm more confident, but I would say in the calendar year of 2023, there's going to be some theme at least, some set that I do get indeed early. Is that going to be Star Wars or not? I'm a little less confident in that just because, that's one theme versus, 10 different themes. So, let's all hope for the best. We got quite a few different LEGO Star Wars sets this year. We got the spring wave, summer wave, we got the August sets, the September sets. So, going to be a lot of chances, and I can only hope for it, and everyone hope for me in the comment section. Next up, though, we have Jay Williams, Ask LBS. Hey, bro, love the channel. Thank you so much, man. Which minifigure do you think would be a better long-term investment? Phase 2 Captain Rex or Phase 2 Commander Cody? So, this is kind of hard for me to say right here, because two things. We're comparing Phase 2 Captain Rex, that's 10 years old officially now, and very inflated, pretty much the highest it's ever going to be. That should be having a remake pretty soon here, versus Phase 2 Commander Cody, where, they just made him. Presumably, Phase 2 Cody's only going to be in the ATTE, and they're not going to put him in another set. But we're also factoring the fact, Phase 2 Cody, mass-produced by Mexico right now. So there's a lot of factors playing into it. What I will recommend to you, look, this is not financial advice. This is just pure, just kind of opinionated stuff. Like, what I would say is pick up a couple of those Phase 2 Codys at that $16 to $18 price point they are on, like, Bricklink and a couple of these whatnot sellers. I think $16 or $18 for a Phase 2 Commander Cody is a very good deal. Maybe buy 4 of them, put $100 into it. And I think bottom line of it, the Phase 2 Cody, look, I would hope it's never going to go down to like $10. But I think there's enough hype around them, and especially if LEGO never puts them in another set, that's a very cheap buy-in point. I don't think Phase 2 Cody's ever going to be able to get up to $300 to $500 like Rex. But, of course, at this very moment, Phase 2 Commander Cody is the better buy, because, of course, there's heavy rumors Phase 2 Rex remake will be coming in the summer, for better or for worse. Even if it's worse, the old value will still go down substantially. So I would say at this current point, Phase 2 Commander Cody, but thank you for the question. And if there's any other information that comes up about it, I will definitely talk about that. Next up, we have Joshua Armstrong. Ask LBS, is Bricklink trustworthy to buy from? So this is actually a question I don't get all that often, and I wanted to answer this just in case you guys are curious. So, to kind of give a quick definition of Bricklink. Bricklink is pretty much a LEGO eBay specifically. So if you guys have ever shopped on eBay, if you guys know the concept of eBay, Bricklink is pretty much, an eBay, but just only for LEGO. 100% official LEGO, only official LEGO licensed products. And that's pretty much what Bricklink is. And so you're running across the same problem, of course. Say I want to say internationally right now, there's 11,000 sellers on Bricklink. Of course, I don't doubt for a second there's probably 1% of those that are kind of a bad apple. Maybe they'll ship your package wrong. Maybe they'll, package it badly, ship it to the wrong address, give you dirty used pieces, give you a cracked piece, lie about descriptions. That's that. But same thing on eBay. eBay is probably even more, 5 or 10%, those people. But Bricklink's the same thing. Check people's feedback, check people's, just history of being a seller. If you know them personally, like, again, little plug for me, I've been selling on Bricklink for 9 years right now. And, knock on wood, I think I'm a pretty good seller, of course. You can definitely trust me. So, bottom line of it, kind of know your sellers, know who you're buying from, and, make that own discretion for yourself. But yeah, Bricklink as a whole, giving your money to Bricklink and making a transaction through Bricklink is perfectly safe. It's just so much, look, you might get a bad apple of a seller, maybe 1 out of every 25. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's pretty much the #1 way to, like, surely get a LEGO part you need, let alone a minifigure. Like, you can just literally hop on there at any time. If you're in the USA, search USA only, and pick the cheapest one, and get it shipped to your house. So, yeah, I definitely recommend Bricklink, 100%, trustworthy as an actual, company, I guess. And then next up right here, we actually have Cowman Healthy with a couple questions. Ask LBS, with LEGO celebrating the Clone Wars this year, do you believe we may see a Geonosian Arena with the new Jango Fett? Look, I'm going to be optimistic and say I would love that. I really would. But I think when they're celebrating the Clone Wars this year, especially with stuff like the 40 year of Return of the Jedi out, we have also like Mando Season 3, Ahsoka. I will give LEGO the benefit of the doubt. I don't think this year is the year to actually give us a Geonosian Arena. I really don't. I would love it. I'm not going to say I don't want it, but I think this year is not the year. I think if anything, last year was, the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. Like, there was no other anniversaries last year. Why do we not get that as our, fall MBS set, $350? But, so that's that. I don't think this year, I don't think LEGO should do it this year either way, so I'll give LEGO the benefit of the doubt. Next up, he also says, and how would you feel if the new Geonosians use the dual molded legs, or no, I guess just the molded legs from the Demogorgon? So I'll actually put up that picture. I'll put a little side-by-side up, and that's a really good idea, actually. It almost makes you want to crack open my Stranger Things set. I actually plan on building one of those soon. And I've already got it cracked open, though. I bought it open box, sealed bags, and I might actually maybe try that. That's actually a pretty good idea. I wonder if anyone online has actually done that yet. But yeah, I definitely think so. Geonosian Arena, though, probably not this year, but hopefully soon. Next up, we have Addison, and they say, ask LBS, what would be your dream LEGO Star Wars set, minifigs, price, etc.? So I've actually got a top 3 right here. My number one, or I guess, no particular order, I guess, but, one of them would be a $700 UCS Republic Venator in the same exact kind of vein and scale as the Star Destroyer. So give us like 5,000 pieces, $700. I'd be fine with even 2 minifigures. Same thing, no interior needed, really just an outer shell, and pretty much call it like that. UCS Republic Venator. Second thing would be a Duel-on Mustafar set. I'll put up a couple pictures. One of these is from CM4 Sai on Instagram, and the one is from BrickWizard59. Just fantastic little builds here. Pretty much, with the actual kind of Mustafar droid base in the background. We get an Episode 3 Padme finally. Kenobi, Anakin, C-3PO, R2-D2. I think one's actually even got like Newt Gunray. We can get an extra Newt Gunray in there. I would consider that set. Look, I'd even pay up to like $100 for that set happily, but I think realistically maybe like an $80 price point. And that's basically that. Those are pretty much the 2 ideas, I guess. I know I said 3, but those are like the 2 like definitive top 2 answers. And I guess kind of retrospectively too, Geonosian Arena. Like a $350 Master Builder Series Geonosian Arena, that would also be on my list. So I would say those 3 right there. Confidently, those 3 are my top 3 most wanted, brand new, never done before LEGO Star Wars sets. So thank you for the question. Moving on, guys, to the second to last one. We have Connor Guthrie here. Ask LBS, what do you think about the Star Wars minifigure packs not retiring? How long do you think they will be available? Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, man. And I believe they're actually retired at the moment. I think the only thing stopping them is the fact that they oversold them a bit at the end of last year, and they're back ordered until I think like April now. And from what I've heard and from what I've seen, I think they're actually retiring. They're retired now. Like, I don't think they're actually producing anymore to like ship to stores. I think they're just fulfilling that last back order batch. I believe so. I could be wrong on that. From what I've heard, though, from what I've seen, I think that's the case. But if they are not retiring, they're also not on the retirement list for this year of 2023. So they've got to be retired this year at some point. You know what I mean? Or like, soon here, I think. Or like already retired, but just fulfilling stuff. If they aren't retired and they're actually staying around for another couple years, 2 things I think that might actually kind of destroy the fact of maybe we won't be seeing new ones in the summer in real boxes put on retail shelves. Maybe that will destroy that. But I think, of course, value-wise is going to kind of hurt it, if they're around for another couple years. But again, for what it's worth, I kind of hate looking at LEGO only in a value aspect. But for what it's worth, I think they're actually retired right now. So I would pick them up while you can. And I would not be too confident in saying, oh, they're going to be around for, third, fourth quarter of this year on Lego.com or nothing. But moving on actually to the last question here from Xcroft. Ask LBS, have you watched any of the Bad Batch Season 2 yet? What are your thoughts on it? If you have, what ship do you want to see from the series in LEGO? So to answer the what ship I want to see, I believe Season 1 there was Coruscant police gun ships, but in Imperial colors. That would be pretty cool. $60 price point. I would be a fan of it. And then have I watched any Bad Batch Season 2? Yes, I did. I did watch both the premiere episodes. What are your thoughts on it if you have? Look, my first thoughts on it, the first 2 episodes is really going back to the same old scheduled goobly glob that, Bad Batch does, and presumably it's going to get a lot better. The next episode's actually tonight in like 12 hours from now. I'm going to watch it. But I will be frank with you. You know, Bad Batch Season 1 was pretty disappointing. I think the biggest thing I like about Bad Batch is the fact it's animated and that it's a lot of episodes. So, like, you know, when I watched Bad Batch Season 1, I mean, think about it. That thing went through May 4th of 2021 till, like, September 15th of, like, 2021. Like, that show was around for a long time. So that's a fun thing to do. I know this season they're actually doing 3 different double uploads, you know, of episodes. But so far, I mean, I give it like a 6.6, I guess. You know, no coincidence there. Maybe like a 6.6 out of 10. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. Hopefully there's a little bit more substance this year. You know, Bad Batch related, not just the same old just mission garbage, because it's getting very tiring. Seeing clone troopers and bad guys shoot at the Bad Batch. Literally 10 million times and have none of them get hit. I mean, sure, like, I don't need them to die every episode, but, like, just stop putting them in scenarios like that. Like, you know, them dodging 10 million bullets every episode because they are the Bad Batch. Like, I don't know. It's just the same stuff, I feel, every week, man. You know, exact same story, just put on a different planet. But yeah, hopefully it gets better. And there's all the questions for this week, guys. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, this is going to be kind of an odd one out, where I'm uploading this Tuesday. Next episode is actually coming out Friday. And then the following episode will be next Thursday, because I just analytically, I got to upload one of these today just to kind of test something out. You guys probably know what I'm testing out, just due to, you know, YouTube kind of messing up views and stuff. I just want to get a video like this out that people really, really like, you know, kind of a foolproof way of just testing if YouTube is fixed or not. So that's realistically why I'm uploading this today, but I still want to get another one out later this week. So if your question was not answered today, be sure to leave it down below, and I'll see you guys all then. And yeah, more videos to come this week. LBS Responds To Friday, live stream Thursday. Be sure to enter the giveaway, and check out last video. Go leave a like if you could. Support it, you know, help it, you know, get better, you know, analytics, just, you know, due to YouTube messing up. And that's everything, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.